Good Friday morning. I hope you are having a fantastic start to your day. Hope you had a great week so far. Yesterday wasn't too terrible. We were about what I expected. The humidity creeped up a bit, but it wasn't awful. It was fairly manageable. Speaking of yesterday, did get an update to the drought monitor. Here's the latest one. Still a good chunk of the state in drought, but it has gotten better. You notice here in the low country, we are still in extreme drought from Charleston County up through eastern Berkeley, much of Georgetown and Horry counties. Now you get a little bit farther inland where those afternoon storms have been helpful. Let's say Colleton County, Dorchester County, up into parts of Williamsburg County, down to Beaufort. We're in severe drought. Still not fantastic, but it's better than where we were, which was teetering on exceptional drought just a few weeks ago. Now, this is important to note that we're still in drought, and we're still at least in severe drought with some in extreme, because over the next week or so, we are going to be baking in heat, and opportunities for rain could be limited except for a day or two, and the heat may overcome even, let's say, if we pick up a quick inch of rain out of some strong storms. So let's break this down. We got a lot to unpack in this morning's video. 94 degrees for a high today. It's going to feel like about 100. So it'll be a bit hotter today, a bit more humid. We're starting to ramp up here as we move into the weekend. Rain probability at about 30% as we move into the afternoon and evening hours. I do think we'll see some scattered storms, mainly inland. The muggy meter for today is in the muggy category. Yesterday was the not bad, but it still wasn't great. But not bad. It was manageable. Saturday, tomorrow, very muggy. Sunday is at the top of the scale. It is just going to be awful on Sunday, the way it feels. Monday's not going to be much better, but it'll be about like Saturday. And then Tuesday, we'll get a little bit of relief. It'll feel like on Tuesday about like it does today. Let's look at those forecast dew points. Tomorrow, going into the mid-70s. This afternoon's dew points will be in the low 70s. 72, 73 to 75, that's actually a noticeable difference in the way it feels in the afternoon. It'll be very humid tomorrow for much of the day with high temperatures in the mid-90s. Now, tomorrow I do think dew points may mix out a little bit, meaning they'll lower in the afternoon. So our heat index values will probably be kept in check a bit. By Sunday, look at the temperatures compared to normal, 10 degrees above normal. Normal afternoon high for this time of year here in the low country is about a degree or two either side of 90. So that means we're going to be pushing 100 on Sunday afternoon. It is going to be a miserably humid day. Look at the dew points going into the mid and upper 70s, even near 80 Sunday afternoon out toward the beach. With high temperatures approaching 100, dew points will not mix out on Sunday afternoon. This means critical heat index values will be possible. That's 110 plus. If we materialize those dew points in the upper 70s and a high temperature closing in on 100, Sunday afternoon is going to be awful. So just make sure that you're planning for that. Stay hydrated. Keep an eye on your kids. Keep an eye on pets. Check on elderly neighbors. We know this. Make sure everybody's ready for this on Sunday afternoon. The other thing with that too, let's talk about it. Lots of humidity, lots of heat, a little ripple of energy coming in over the overhead during the afternoon and evening. Ooh, that spells the risk of big-time storms. Look at Sunday afternoon simulated radar. By late afternoon of the evening, looks like maybe a complex of storms tries to move in. And I'm going to tell you, if it gets that hot and humid and this simulated radar works out and that little piece of energy comes right overhead, we're going to have some big-time storms Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. It looks like the similar threat is there on Monday. Speaking of that heat and humidity, on Sunday, the record high is 99. I'm forecasting 98. That's been my number all week since we've been showing this for Sunday. I've expected Sunday to be the hottest day in this stretch, and I haven't deviated from that number of 98. Rule of thumb is you never forecast a record. They're records for a reason. You only do it when you know you're going to break it. Sunday afternoon, I would say all bets are off that we're going to break that, okay? Except that chance for rain. That's the one thing that could change it. That's what could mean the difference between 96, 97 and 100, 101. If, let's say, for instance, those thunderstorms hold off and we keep the sea breeze pinned to the beach, which is what it looks like will happen, if those thunderstorms don't develop early in the afternoon, let's say early to mid-afternoon, we're probably going to hit 100 degrees, and we're probably going to break that. But my confidence isn't that high. So for now, we're going to go 98. It puts us in range. It gives you the impact there of how hot it's going to be. But I just don't know if we get to 100. There's a reason we don't get to 100 very often here in the Low Country. Then Monday looks to be pretty stormy too. Highs in the mid-90s. Catch a little bit of a break Tuesday in the low 90s. And then Wednesday, mid-90s again. And that's also an important thing to notice. Wednesday is that little tick up, because guess what's after that? The 4th of July. And we got to talk about that coming up here in just a second too. Most likely max heat index values through the weekend, 106 tomorrow, 112 Sunday, 106 Monday, about 100 or so on Tuesday. Then we start to creep that up Wednesday to 104. Let's look at the temperatures compared to normal July 1st to July 5th, averaging well above normal across the entire eastern half of the country. And raw guidance right now is trying to put us close to 100 degrees for both Friday the 3rd and Saturday the 4th. Very similar look to the guidance right now as to what we had for this weekend that's coming up. So that's something we're going to need to keep an eye on as we move into next week. And as far as rain chances are concerned for that period, normal to below normal, normal meaning a pop-up shower or thunderstorm risk, to below normal meaning hardly anything. That's how it looks right now. We definitely don't look active. And with that kind of heat, remember what I showed you on the drought monitor? You put that kind of heat with odds of below normal precipitation, and boy, we could get in a mess here with that drought again. This heat can really, really reverse things. We were making good progress, but this kind of heat can do some damage to that. So that's where we are. I know a lot to unpack here. I hope you try to enjoy your weekend. It's going to be miserably hot and humid. Just make sure you keep an eye on yourself and others, and take care of each other out there in the heat. Try to stay cool. And I will keep you updated through the weekend. Of course, right here, we'll have updates. And then all eyes are going to be on that storm risk for Sunday afternoon and Monday. And then after that, all eyes on big time heat as we head toward the 4th of July. Will it materialize? Only time will tell. Have a great Friday. I'll see you around.